Hey, welcome back, friends. It's so good to have you guys have me into your home again and to be a part of your day. So just to get to it, The Witcher. Oh my. It was a nice surprise, actually. I really enjoyed it. Um, Henry Cavill, can I just say Henry Cavill? I mean, the Man of Steel. That guy. Oh my gosh. He was still the Man of Steel, just in a different way in this movie, really. I mean, he was pretty cool. I have to say the whole sci-fi aspect of it was pretty cool. There's dragons. I mean, if you ever saw Hercules, the old school Hercules from back in the day, there's a relationship in there with him and a musician that follows him around that reminds me a lot of um, Hercules's relationship with, I think his name was Aeolus in Hercules. So there's that aspect, but then there's a lot of elements that remind me a lot of so yeah, it reminds me a lot of Game of Thrones, and I think, I mean, it's definitely not as gory, I would say, as Game of Thrones can be, and there's a good amount of violence throughout, but I don't feel like it was as violent as the first season of Game of Thrones was. I'm trying to recall way back then, because it seems like there's been so many seasons since then, and unfortunately, no more. But we have shows like this to kind of make us feel like we get that in our life anyway. So, I mean, I've watched stuff like Merlin. If you ever saw the BBC Merlin, that is really good, and it's more family friendly than this is, but it still has the dragons and all that in it. So this has that whole element in it as well, and it has a kind of Hercules vibe to it a little bit in certain parts, but Henry Cavill does a really good job of balancing this, like, grr, rough exterior with these abilities, with this whole, like, almost comic like attitude as well. He's like kind of kick back, but then at the same time really kind of brooding and serious, and so that's kind of fun to watch. And then you have your other characters as well, and he plays off the other characters really well. And if you didn't know it was him, you would think he was a completely different person. That's how good his acting was in this movie. I mean, because even though he's still playing a really strong, powerful guy, it didn't feel necessarily the way it felt when he was playing Superman. He still has, the brooding kind of serious vibe to him, and he's strong, and, he has a mission to save people and everything. He still has that, of course, because that's the character, but I felt like he did a really good job differentiating between the two characters, even though they were very similar in some ways. They were also very different in other ways, and I feel like he did a good job switching that off and switching into this character. And I have to say, he looks really good in the long hair. I feel like I've seen him in a lot of different hairstyles and pictures and things, and he pulls most of them off pretty well. So, he has the eyes and the long hair and everything, and I feel like he did the character justice, and he was fun to watch. So, there is nudity, there is cursing, there is violence. So just so you know, that's there. If you don't mind those things, if you watched Game of Thrones and you watched, a lot of the other sci-fi type shows, then you will like this and you won't care. But if that's something you care about, then you won't like this, and you probably will care. So it's up to you whether you want to pursue it. I feel like it was worth it. As there was moments here and there where it was a bit much, but overall, I feel like it was worth it. It was a good show, and I hope they do a season 2. So let's tell them, like, hey, do season 2. We're gonna be waiting. So yes, we definitely want a season 2, because that's it was just fun to watch. So definitely check it out, watch it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know as always, if you have something you want me to check out, review, something you just, want to suggest to me, cool. I'll check it out. Let me know. Like always, it's been a pleasure to be a part of your day. It's been a pleasure to be a part of your holiday season. I hope everyone is being safe and having a great time. Make sure you spend some quality time with family. And I will do my best to get back to you guys with another review very soon. Take care. Bye.